Hi, I'm Liam Doherty, Angel Guy, and today we're going to be discussing what's going on in the skies. Yes, it's my channel here, Liam Love Light. If you'd like to subscribe, please press the button below and subscribe to my channel for all my latest updates and videos. If alternatively you'd like a reading from me or some more insight into some of the things that are coming up, do get in contact with me. My website is www.angel-guide.com and I can give you some further guidance on anything there as we expand and go deeper with the reading. There's messages from the angels coming up, so do stay tuned. And thank you to everyone that's been sharing these videos. If you find this beneficial for you, please do share it because it's about sharing the love and that just travels on and it helps other people. So thank you so much. Okay, so what's going on at the moment? Well, we have a new moon in Taurus. A new moon in Taurus on the 6th of May at 16 degrees. That's 8:29 p.m. UK time. And it's a very interesting time for us to really go introspectively here. As I spoke about before, we have 5 planets in retrograde at the moment. That's Mercury, Mars, Pluto, Jupiter and Saturn. And with all of these planets going into retrograde, it really is a time for us to go inwardly here and start focusing on where we're going with our lives here. 2016 in numerology, that's the 2016. When you add that up, the 2 plus 1 plus 6 is a number 9. And that's really about us bringing everything to completion here. So this whole year is going to be about us really bringing things into the way we need to be. Destiny is flowing forward in terms of us showing our way here about where we need to be going to. And indeed these retrogrades are helping us find that way too. So no matter what the fogginess is out there, we're going inwardly and we're experiencing higher aspects of ourselves through the messages that we're receiving here. So what's going on here at the moment? Okay, so new moons are generally about us starting something new. When they go into retrograde, it's really about us setting new intentions. And in particular, the planets in retrograde here are allowing us to look at what's coming up so that we can actually set new intentions about the way that we want our lives to be led moving forward. Because what we set as intentions now will really benefit us moving forward in terms of the things that are going to be happening in our life, whether it's career, relationships, or just our general well-being. Now, the interesting thing here, which I've mentioned so many times before, is all the planets are immutable signs. So that means that, you know, there's lots of things that are starting up here. You know, there's going to be starting and stopping and starting and stopping. But every opportunity is arising so that we can actually adapt to change. So remember, the key thing here is nothing is set in stone. And that's really exciting here. So what do these retrograde energies mean for us? Okay, well, it's going to be really about us in a receive mode here. It's not necessarily, as with previous new moons, about us really starting something new. We're in a receive mode here, so it's about heightened intuition here. It's about us really going deeper within ourselves and focusing on the things that that really no longer serve us as well. So letting those go so that the universe can create new opportunities for other doors opening up. Some of the important things that are happening during this period, we have that beautiful grand trine energy here. I've also spoken about this before, but the important thing here is that it's in Earth. So we've got Pluto in Capricorn, we've got Taurus with the Sun and the Moon there, and in another corner we've got Jupiter in Virgo. Now the Pluto in Capricorn is about power and transformation. The Jupiter in Virgo, well, Jupiter's the planet of expansion. It's about the details and it's also about self-care. So, you know, how have you been looking after yourself? You know, this is what's coming up here now. Well, how have you been really looking after yourself, you know, in terms of your health? Have you been, you know, overeating or overindulging in things? You know, perhaps pushing those things down inside yourself to, you know, so that you don't need to answer what's going on inside of yourself. Well, now's the time to really reflect upon how you're treating yourself. Where's that self-love? And Taurus really is around, you know, how we love ourselves. It's about, you know, the physical well-being of ourselves here. It's about how we feel about ourselves. So, you know, it's also got aspects to do with, you know, how we make our money and, you know, and how comfortable we feel, but it's also around, you know, how we feel about ourselves as well. So it's about self-care, it's about nurturing ourselves, it's about, you know, looking within ourselves and saying, you know, maybe we need a bit more exercise, maybe we need to really be focusing on better forms of well-being here. And you know, and this is a great time for us to reflect upon that, you know. And it doesn't necessarily mean don't start something new. You know, go with the flow. How do you feel? Remember, what I'm, you know, these videos are here to inspire you. You know, they're here to get you thinking, you know, and look beyond. So if you feel like a change, go for it. That's the important thing, you know, in this whole coming year. Be open to change. You know, nothing is set in stone. Now, this beautiful Earth trine energy is also, you know, focusing on the fact that there's going to be, you know, a lot of Earth energy that's coming up. So we will want to be going out more, you know, to ground the energies of ourselves. So it's not a time to just, you know, to just stay indoors and, you know, and pull yourself away from the world. It's a time really to go out, but it's also a time to reflect. So it's about finding that balance within the things, and it's about finding alignment, and alignment is balance, and it's about finding the balance in everything. So it's got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming to the surface here. And we've also got a square. We've got a square Saturn in Sagittarius, which is going to be a bit foggy. And what that means is that there's going to be strong opinions that are going to be surfacing, because Saturn, of course, is that, you know, is that energy that's about us being very rigid, and with Sagittarius, it's about us, you know, us seeing, you know, what's out there and beyond. So where, you know, there's going to be lots of strong opinions. There's going to be judgments from authority coming up here, but it's important here not to miss the bigger picture, because, you know, with that Jupiter in Virgo energy, it is about the detail there. And the Saturn in Sagittarius is just saying, you know, don't get lost with the judgments and the opinions as they come up. You know, recognise that maybe in authority there's going to be some of this going on, but it's for us to look at the bigger picture of things and really to pull ourselves back into our core. And that means that now is such an essential time for us to really have those spiritual underpinnings for ourselves. So where's your spiritual practice in everyday life? You know, what do you do to actually ground your energies and, you know, and connect to your, you know, to your inner self, to your guides, to your angels, you know, to those higher energies that are, you know, that are around us and within us, so that we can become, you know, balanced and make choices from a better place, a place of balance and serenity. There's also a square in Saturn to Neptune. So what that means is there's going to be smoke and mirrors. It's going to be a case of, you know, who can we trust? That's going to be coming up. It's going to be surfacing around this period. You know, there's, you know, with that Neptune energy, it's about fears and desires that are going to surface, and it's going to be about us, you know, finding, you know, that inspiration within ourselves to say, you know, is it time to move on from things, or is it time to, you know, to change direction and rethink? These retrogrades are about rethinking. They're about us, you know, re-evaluating, refocusing, rewriting things, and reviewing ourselves. That Jupiter from within is about expansion from within, and you know, it's a great time for us to, you know, to focus on what makes us feel really happy, and, you know, and set those intentions for the coming year ahead. So it's really about us finding our own truth and authority for 2016. There's a strong focus on spiritual practices and aligning yourself. And it's also, you know, time for us to, you know, to hear that strong intuition, that voice from within ourselves. Now, the interesting thing about this super moon is it's a super moon, which is the third of the year. It's the third super moon of the year, and it means that you know, the way that we're experiencing that is going to be 3 times as much. So that's going to be a huge amount of sensitivity that's going to come up with this new moon, and we're actually going to experience that 3 times the potency. So it's going to be a very strong one, and it's going to be a really wonderful one for us to set our intention. Some of the significant things that are coming up with this particular new moon. You've got the 9th of May. Okay, so Mercury comes across the face of the sun, and with that only happens 13 times in a century. So that's very significant here, and it means that when this happens, Jupiter is going to be stationary, and that's going to allow us opportunities of prosperity and achievement, and it's also going to allow us to have clarity. So there's lots of downloads of our destiny and our destined path that's going to be coming through on the 9th. So it's a great time for us to really set our intentions and really focus, on meditation on that day, and really pulling into ourselves here and connecting to those higher energies there, because there's going to be high levels of information coming through on that day, and that's a significant one there. Between the 7th and the 21st of May, we've got Saturn 14 degrees of Sagittarius, which is conjunct and at a point in space called the Great Attractor. Now, what that means here is when the point of the Great Attractor is aligned with a planet, at that point it can expand our consciousness, because it's a high point in the galaxies, and it can expand our consciousness to really high levels. So there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be transmuting and coming through here. And that's going to be wonderful, because it means that things are going to come up. There's going to be that sense of power and real, source of powers from within ourselves here. Our intuition are going to be fully aligned. So really pay attention between the 7th and the 21st of May for that information to be coming through here. And it can come up in all sorts of ways. Dreams, it can come up in the way that we communicate out in the world. It can come up in ideas that are ping, it's going to be wonderful. There's going to be so many things, and it's going to be unique to you. So remember, it's about how you connect into that and into that energy, and how those come through. So it's an exciting time. It's a bit like those lucky bags you used to get when you were a child and thinking, what's inside this? So it's going to be very exciting. So I wish you well with all of that. It's time for us to set new intentions for the month. We need to look at what we believe as well, because it's not what we want that manifests, it's what we believe. So it's a time for us to really reflect upon what are those beliefs within ourselves here that have allowed us to manifest the things that we want. And if we're not manifesting the things that we want, then we need to look at the beliefs within ourselves here. And sometimes we just need to clear some of those channels of those old belief systems, and those, that social conditioning, to allow, new things to prosper, so that we're like a fresh canvas, being antized to the universe, so that we can actually pick up high vibrational things rather than old dogma that doesn't work anymore. So the Archangel of Taurus is Archangel Chamuel, and Archangel Chamuel is a beautiful energy of pink and green, because it's about connecting to the heart. It's about us connecting to our sense of love and beauty here. So just as we call upon Archangel Chamuel here, we're going to focus in there on a beautiful green and pink energy here, and I'm going to call upon Archangel Chamuel to be with us while I do this reading. Archangel Chamuel, come to me. Archangel Chamuel, be with me. Archangel Chamuel, I am with you. And with that, I sense a beautiful, strong energy around me of this amalgamation around my shoulders here, of this powerful energy that connects me to my inner source of wisdom here. And I feel a very, very pure connection here as I connect in. So what have we got that's coming up here? So here we go. The first message that comes through from the angels is leadership. So it's about you taking control of your life here. It's about you really setting the intentions of what best serves you. It's about being in charge of your own destiny here, and about moving forward very positively with the things that we manifest and bring up here. And that's Archangel Gabriel as well. And Archangel Gabriel comes to say that this is the right time for us to, to assume our own power in the way that we live our lives and the things that we do. So that's very exciting there. What other messages do we have coming through from the angels? And we've got nurture. And that, again, is from Archangel Gabriel. And Archangel Gabriel says it's really important for us to nurture ourselves like a child, that inner source of wisdom here, so that we can actually connect in to the world in a loving way and see the responses from the world in a loving way as well. Because, the way we see ourselves is very much the responses that we attract and put out there in the world and receive. So we are an antennae, and we're constantly receiving, giving off information from the way that we feel about ourselves. So it is a time to nurture. And finally, it's about creative writing. And that again is Archangel Gabriel. And Archangel Gabriel is a beautiful, very strong energy. I'm feeling him coming through here, very strong. And there's a green light that's coming through here. And he's saying, write things down. This is a time where there's going to be a lot of information coming through, and you may not be able to understand it with the logical mind just at this moment in time. But if you keep working with it by coming back to some of the notes that we keep, we can actually find that inspiration and that those secret messages from our guides, from the angels, from our higher self here as we move forward. So it's about taking the role of assuming our power, leading forward, and and being courageous in the things that we do, but also to nurture ourselves and the people around us. Strengthen those bonds with with people in relationships, people that you love and value, but also to be creative in the way that we that we collect information, in the way that we record it, so that we can reflect upon that and start journaling the things that that come up during this time. Now, interestingly as well, the crystal for Archangel Chamiel, which is the Archangel of Taurus, is this. Look. My friends. And this is a beautiful pink energy. This is in its rawest form, rose quartz. And rose quartz is about self-love. It's about that deep intuition there. It's about us really reflecting on self-love here. And we can use that in all areas of our body as we connect in here. It's great to to carry around on you. It's great to to be next to your bed. It's great to to meditate upon. You can put that on different chakras as you meditate during these significant times which I've spoken about, which will be between the 7th and the 21st of May. So also for that, the 9th of May, which was a very important one as well. So there's a lot of things that we can be doing there. Another crystal is this. Look, this is jade. It's about abundance of prosperity. That's a little cacti. I picked that up in Peru. Isn't that amazing? And that's jade. So it's about bringing in that prosperity energy. We can carry that around with us. We can connect into that again using our chakras. And opening ourselves up to our friends here, and the deeper connection of our intuition as we connect in with the crystals there that bring us peace and all these special gifts. I mean, it's amazing. And if that wasn't enough for you, there's even more. So if we want to really try and disconnect from some of the things that are really worrying us here, we can connect into Lord Ganesh. And Lord Ganesh is an ascended master, and he's the remover of obstacles. And he's amazing because when we connect into Lord Ganesh, we can actually ask him to remove all obstacles that are in our way. So we don't need to overanalyze about some of these things, whether they're they're programs in our head of things that are holding us back or whatever. And one of the ways that we can do that, this is Lord Ganesh, by the way. Isn't this beautiful? That's what he looks like. I'm wearing him around my neck. But one of the ways that we can connect into that is by singing his mantra. So I'm going to sing that with you, and it's something that you can take away with you. And and you can do this when you're cleaning, or when you're in the shower, whenever it's good for you. And it goes like this: Om Gan Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapatiye Namaha. Now that's something you can take away with you. And also the Egyptian energy as well. This is Anubis. I work with Anubis a lot. Anubis is the god of the afterlife, and he helps us transform ourselves. He's an ascended master from Egypt, about transformation, about power and victory, and about changing directions, but also finding a power in ourselves. He's got the jackal head here and this strong body, and we can embody his energy by calling upon Anubis. Anubis, be with us. Anubis, be with us. Anubis, be with us. And his energy is very powerful. You can use this wherever you go to bring that strength and that courage inside yourself, so that you can go out into the world and find the strength and make the right choices in whatever you do. So that's another one there to work with. And I love Anubis very much. Remember, these are props, but they're here to inspire you. connecting into those energies. You can connect in by imagining his body being around you, with you, next to you, however you feel comfortable with that, and really connect into those energies. You can do that during meditation as well, and he's a very, very powerful ascended master from Egypt, a god in fact. You know, and he can help you transform a lot of things as well. So you've got Lord Ganesh there, you've got Anubis. So there's a lot of information there, a lot of stuff, so please do share these videos, put them out there, and let other people benefit from them. And I'm just going to bring everything to an end here by saying thank you so much, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I love you dearly, and I hope this has been very helpful for you. Thank you so much for all your you know, all your messages and for everything. So until next time, I'll speak to you then. Om Mani Padme Hum. Take care. Bye bye.